Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome to the edition of the Newbie Farm. Alright, what comes going on today? As you can see, if we come over here, let's just check our crops right here. This is our soybeans. The one thing that, oh that's weird. The one thing that the new soy mod doesn't do is it doesn't tell you what crop it is. It used to do that in the old version, but this one does not. I love the way this texture looks with the soybeans. It's really cool. Anyways, so yes, that's that. That looks good. And let's come over here and check on our barley. Looks like that's good as well. This is good. Don't see any weeds, which is also very good as well. So, let's... How far? I just need to see how far this guy along is. Because he is going to go do all of that still. And then we can move to the next thing. As I mentioned, I'd like to grab a windmill at some point, which would be nice because then I wouldn't have to always buy water. Because I believe if I come over to this tab right here and we go to the animals, I believe we need water and they don't have any water, so we keep having to buy water, and I don't want to buy water because that doesn't make any sense to me. So maybe what we'll do is we'll have to wait till this guy finishes up. I don't think it really makes a difference. We'll just progress time. This guy's obviously chilling out right there. This guy's chilling out right there. Anyway, so let's get this rolling over here. We'll progress time one day, and then we'll see how it works from there. We will get a combine. I think what we'll do is we'll get a bigger combine this time. Excuse me. Alright, so let's go ahead and progress time here. And we'll do it till noon. For whatever reason, I find if I progress time until noon, so it's usually the best, because what happens is you get the most cherries as well. That's what I discovered. Because the soil mod doesn't do anything until like the end of the day, basically. Or it doesn't do anything until midnight, so it doesn't make a difference what you do up until that time. So that's why I tend to think going until noon's the best time. This guy could start from the beginning again now. Might as well just do that. He will probably fill up before that, but before that I should say. Alright, there he goes to the first point. Good. And soil mod's almost done. This is good as well. We actually don't need this guy. We need this guy right here, because he's the guy who's going to do the unloading. Alright. It's funny, because I've had some random like problems on this map where it would just kind of lock up, or spraying, let's say I want to spray and I don't want to record it once again, I decided to try and use mirrorless action again for a little bit to see how it works. And one of the things I noticed right off the bat is it's strange when I start recording with it, it actually I can sense, I guess the word I want to use, a frame rate hit. It's really strange. So, alright, so let's F7 unload. We'll do that. We don't actually have a combine. Let's go ahead and rent one of these. How much would it cost to rent this for an hour? Oh, $2 grand. I technically don't need anything that big. I could do this one. This one will probably work just as well. That's a bit cheaper. We'll get that one. Change it up a little bit. Let's get the biggest header for the case, which is the 45 foot right here. We'll rent that for an hour. Perfect. It shouldn't take more than an hour to harvest these fields with an enormous combine like that. But this is one of the fun things I find about the rental mods. You can just try out different combines and stuff like that. Alright, so this guy, will set him to the right method right there, case axial flow, and we'll set him up to the first waypoint right here. And oh, perfect. Let's grab this guy. So yeah, because we're getting a bigger header as well, one of the nice things is it comes with its own trailer, which is the one thing I like. Because it's weird, because if I go for some of the other size trailers, I actually have to like get a trailer in order to move it around too, which is a bit silly in my opinion, but it's the way it is. Oh, did we really get stuck on that? Apparently we did. Oh, look at that. It's the... it's actually the pipe itself that got stuck there. No, we're actually stuck too. Really? I thought I was, apparently I was not far enough away from that. Alright, there we go. That should be... There we go. Sheesh. Hopefully we don't get stuck this time. There we go. So yeah, it's funny. You can definitely tell this map was not made with big equipment in mind. Although it's weird because like you can use the big equipment on this map. It's not necessarily. You can tell it's not necessarily the primary purpose because or primary. It wasn't what it was meant for, so to speak. Because a lot of the areas are pretty tight. That doesn't really help me in this context. We'll detach the header there. Perfect. And we'll go forward. Technically, the other side actually would have been better because I have more space to maneuver, but generally speaking, I don't like driving on the crops with combines if I don't have to, but sometimes in real life you have to do that too. You don't want to do it in real life either, but sometimes you don't have much of a choice because it's the way the field's actually made. Doesn't happen often, mind you, but it happens from time to time. Now the question is, do we want the straw that's stored? We want the straw. How much straw do we have already? Does it? We don't have. It doesn't even say what the. That's a bit strange. I know we have a crazy amount of straw stored. It just doesn't show me. Yeah, 228,000 liters. Actually, you know what we could do with the straw? We could make chaff with it, I suppose. That's a possibility. But let's get this guy rolling. Because we only have an hour. There we go. And we don't need the straw, so let's just disable it. Alright. Let's make sure we get all of this. It's funny because if I were to buy this right now, this particular combine would not be necessary in almost every case on this farm right now. I just like this one, so I decided to rent it. It's a little overkill for the size of fields, but it gets the job done faster, so I don't mind renting it in this scenario. But it's definitely not for... technically, I could have rented a much smaller combine and saved myself quite a bit of money, but we're kind of doing we're doing much better than when we first started on this map. Like, if you recall when we first started on this map, it was just ridiculous. You don't even start with a field, which is awesome, because then you're like, oh, I gotta buy I gotta, you know, borrow money so I can actually get a field, or you could sell some of your implements. That's another option, I suppose, as well. So I just thought it was kind of cool how that starts. I don't think many maps start like that. A lot of maps start with you have everything basically, as opposed to nothing. All right, do a little turn here. Nice. Do like a little double headland up here. And what's going to happen really quickly is that truck is going to come unload us. Now the funny thing is that truck has 15,000. I guess that would be a full tank technically. And what we want to do is we actually want to put some of the barley in our seed and fertilizer machine, because then we'll be able to create our own seeds, which will be excellent, because we won't have to worry about buying seeds every single time, which will save us money as well. Which is good. Is that guy gonna work properly? I actually never tested the guy to see if he worked out of the course play before I bought it, but obviously he's working, so that's fine by me. I don't know why. Combining is like one of my favorite things to do in this game. I don't know why, but I always enjoyed it. And it's one of the things, like I don't know how many times I've done it in this game. Quite a few times, I'm sure of it, because I've played this game quite a bit, if you haven't noticed. And yeah, it's I don't know why, but it's one of those weird things that everyone has their certain thing that they like doing on the farm. What do you guys like? What do you guys like doing on your farms, either in real life or in the game? I know Grant from Scottish Gaming Guys, he likes bailing. It's one of the things he likes to do. TCGG Rob, I don't know. I think he likes bailing as well, actually. Not sure. And I know Jim from Predatory Gaming. Well, he's not Predatory Gaming anymore. He's James R. Powell. I think James R. W. Powell, something like that. He likes mowing with the Big M mower. So everyone's got something different. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is do a little headland around the outside here, and then we can start up our truck to unload us because he's right in the way of our VW van, unfortunately. But if I start him up now, he's going to go right into that fence there, like most of the course play workers do, unfortunately. So, and we're gonna, are we gonna hit the fence? Oh, I think we just missed it. Just missed it. It's funny. It's interesting because some of the fences are actually, you can't drive through them, and some of them you can. So like this one, for example, right here, you cannot drive through. But one of the fences at the other end of the field, you can drive through. So, and I'm pretty sure Roy did it that way on purpose, just so you wouldn't go into the water and have to reset your vehicle and stuff like that. It's much easier to deal with a vehicle that's got stuck in a fence sometimes, not always, but it's easier to deal with a vehicle that got stuck in a fence rather than a vehicle that's gone into the water, because then you most definitely have to reset the vehicle. There we go. Excellent. 1 sec, coffee break. Lovely. All right, nice. So I released the very first video of Old Ridge Farm, which I recorded a long time ago now, and people seem to really like it. So what I'll try to do is do one episode a week, something along those lines. And that's primarily because there have been so many people who have played that map already. I know, like, for example, David Oldfield, Satis is playing on it, Mike Murphy's playing on it, Bipolar Prophet's playing on it, just to name a few. And there's way more people than that playing on it as well. So now the question is that truck going to get stuck? The answer is yes. Oh, he's full. That's good. There we go. Let's get him out of the way here. Good. Yeah, so there's been a ton of people who have already played on it, and I'm sure there's going to be a ton of people who will play on it still as well. Mainly because it's an awesome map. Oh, there's our VW. He's unloading right now. This is good for us. 29,000? Holy smokes. That's pretty good. Actually, that's enough for the placeable. Let me do this. There we go. Yeah, that's enough for the placeable windmill. What I'll probably do with that is I'll probably do it off camera, because every time I try to put a placeable down, the first time it doesn't work so well. So what I'll probably do is I'll do it off camera, just so I put it, and I'll put it up in the placeable area where I have the other one as well. Actually, you know what I do want to do with that truck load before he goes? No, don't go there. I want you to put some in the Seedmaster thing. Oh, power slide. A little bit too much of a power slide. It's funny. If you go like say under 50 kilometers, it seems like it's like no problem at all. Like the truck functions, beautifully. But as soon as you, go over like a certain, like say 50 kilometers, it really like, oh, like do not compute sort of thing. It's really strange. Yeah, there's still some trees there. That's fine. I wondered about that. Alright, so we'll come up here, put some of this barley in our Seedmaster, or seed and fertilizer. I think it's in German it's like Saatguten Dünger building or something like that. However you say it. Alright, slow down. Let's go in cab here. Apparently we're stuck on the wall, I think. There we go. Barley's not accepted there. Yes, I realize that, thank you. And just tip that. Nice. And how much does it need? It's going to take all 10,000 liters worth. Excellent. Good. So we should... Actually, we're out of liquid manure again. So we should, theoretically, start getting some seeds as well. But it looks like I may need to fill that up. We do have a little bit of liquid manure. Not a crazy amount, but a little bit. Alright, so let's get this guy. We'll put him on the nearest waypoint so he doesn't have to go back to the field first. There we go. Perfect. Good. It's funny because this actually, with this huge combine, it doesn't take very much time at all to actually get this field done. So we've, according to our rental, we've only had it for like, what? We were gonna get it for an hour, so 10 minutes, I guess, and we're done, like, you know, a good chunk of the field. Although I suspect that if that truck doesn't come back soon, we are gonna be full, and we're gonna have to just sit and wait here, which is never fun, but it happens. Yep, there we go, 100%. So while we're waiting, let's grab this guy right here. And let's go get some slurry. It's too bad though that you can't buy slurry. I don't think you can buy slurry, let's say that. It'd be nice if you could, but I don't think that is in the cards. Alright, let's go over here. And I don't know where our courseplay dude is. I think he's just circling around the... it looks like he's just circling around the sheep right now. And hopefully he's not stuck anywhere. That would be ideal, of course. But with the way courseplay works, I'm sure he is stuck. Or going to be stuck. Alright. That's not close enough. Ah, perfect. Let him do that, because if we don't do that right now, we'll have to do it again anyways at some other point. Maybe you can buy liquid slurry on this map. I don't know for sure. I'd actually honestly have to look that up. Although I was surprised about the manure, but that's really good because manure is crazy cheap to buy, and if we can fertilize our field with manure, that is a much better source of fertilizer than synthetic. Yeah, you get a crazy amount of nutrients in comparison to what we get right now. There we go. No, don't run into the... Oh wow, it's too late. Good enough. So what we'll do is we'll drive this guy up here and we'll just park him up so he unloads the 1,500 liters. So this is the reason why I ended up just buying one instead of renting one, because I'd have to do this quite often. And also, it will make our lives a bit easier in terms of having to rent every single time. So, what's going on? Didn't like that. I don't know what it was doing there. Backup maybe or something, but it was like, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. That's what it felt like, at least. Really? Apparently that's not close enough for it. Okay. Didn't see that one coming. Alright, fine. We'll do this then. And just back it up. It'd almost be nice if there was like a... there it goes. It'd almost be nice if there was a... Let's continue here. It'd be nice if there was... There we go. It'd be nice if there was like a little spot where you would show you just where you're supposed to be. There we go. Let's get another headland going here. Yeah, just because then what would happen is you would know where you're supposed to drive, but I could always bring up the triggers and then that would be an easy way of figuring it out how to do it, but it's never that easy. There's always something, some catch that you forgot about. See, if I were efficient, I would have this field done a lot more now. Because then I wouldn't have to, I would have this headland done. Let's just say that. Let's request the driver, make sure he gets out of there. He's gonna run right into that fence, aren't you? Yep. Can't win. There we go. If it's not one thing, it's another thing, I guess. But like I said before, I'd rather him run into the fence and just be an easy little fix rather than him having to running into something completely ridiculous. Excellent. And let's turn. Perfect. And then he'll unload, and then he'll be full really soon, and then it'll just go. Perfect. Excellent. Then he gets out of our way. So yeah, that's one of the funny things. Like, sometimes there's two different ways to go about it. You can either drive the combine or drive the unloader, or drive neither technically, but I would rather drive the combine. And specifically because we don't have there's nothing else I can really do at this particular time. We don't have a crazy huge field or farm yet, but I don't think, how many cows do we actually have? We only have 31, so at some point maybe we'll have another one. I don't know for sure. Well, I'm sure we will. It's just a question of when, but it'll be interesting to see how many cows we can actually get out of that little calf pen thing, actually, because it was the same thing in 2013 with the breeding facilities. It was a situation where you had the facilities and it was good, but what happened was if you were playing regular, like the regular game, it wasn't really worth it half the time, because it would be faster to buy a cow and it would take forever in the game in order to get more calves. But with soil mod, it's a bit different, because you have to progress time 4 days, like every harvest basically, so it's not as bad. So, all right. I do like combining. I don't know why. I think it's one of those things, like, if you've ever been in a combine, it's pretty amazing to be in one of them. To see like what it's like on the inside and to see how everything works. It's pretty amazing to see, just because it is so different. Like, if you compare it to like what you'd consider a normal vehicle, it's crazy. I suppose if you live in a farm, it might be a normal vehicle, but if you don't live in a farm and you see what they're like on the inside, you'd be like, whoa, that's what a combine's like these days? And it's like, yeah, a little different, isn't it? Like, this is fairly accurate, like what it looks like on the inside. There's your buddy seat. But there's usually, in the combine, there's lots of beeping. Lots and lots of beeping. Because it's like, oh, well, you forgot to do this, or you forgot to do that. Like, always some sort of beeping. It's really quite annoying, but that's the way it is. Alright, that guy's going to unload. Not quite enough, so what we'll do is we'll just do this little part down here, just so he can continue on the same path with us. And also, this is down the end here, it seems to be the most difficult spot to turn around without running into something, at least. It seems like it is. Maybe for me, but not for you. I don't know. Happy to hear some people finally got the map working properly for them. I know some people had some problems getting the map working at 100%. Sorry to hear that, but I am happy that you got it done finally. A lot of times it's with a soil mod, it's usually a mod conflict that causes the problems for one reason or another, basically. So usually if you have, like, what I discovered is it's anything, the ghoul mist, the slurry manure and lime mod is the one that seemed to cause me problems specifically. So, oh, that worked out actually really well. Doesn't always work out that well, but he should. Is he gonna drive home? Yes, he is. Good. Doesn't always work out that well with Courseplay. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Anyways, folks, what I'll do is I'll finish off this field off camera, and then we'll come back next episode, and I guess I'll probably harvest both of these fields, to be honest with you, and then I think we'll spread some manure this time around. Just because we can. I know it's there now, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, folks, that'll be it for me for today. My name's Iain Robson. This has been an episode of Farming Simulator 2015, coming at you from the Newbie Farm. I will catch you guys later.